Okay, on behalf of my team here at DMN, Hausa Media Nigeria Limited, and of course my humble self, I say stay tuned, subscribe to Spade TV channel, hit the notification bell, make sure that you like, comment, and share this page and this program. Actually, this episode is very beautiful. So, Spade TV, the best TV.
Hi everyone, it's your girl Jama J, and I'm right here at the danhausawa Media Nigeria Limited. You know, danhausawa, yeah, the very musician danhausawa. We're here to take you on an interview to get to know him better and to get to know more about the creative industry. There is so much to offer, and he'll be telling us what we need to know. Make sure you stay tuned, don't go nowhere. Subscribe if you've not subscribed before. Make sure you subscribe and follow us to this journey. Let's go. Follow. Alright everyone, I told you that this week we'll be having our CEO's Hangout with our very own danhausawa. And as you can see, he's having us right here. Thank you very much for having us, sir. I would like to get to know you more, because I myself only know you as danhausawa. I guess the audience will also want to know more about you, where you're from, would like to know.
Okay, first off, I'd like to say thank you for having me, and thank you guys for supporting this channel and this station. Nice one. My name is simply DH. That's the one that functions now. You can call me that. And yeah, DH is the name. But I have a birth name, of course, a government name. And my government name is SAMUILA OGWUCHE. That's my government name. And of course, DH stands for danhausawa. Well, danhausawa is is a nickname, you know, or a pet name, you can call it. It's, given to me by one of our uncles. It's a neighbor of ours when I was growing up. So, well, the name stuck. So, and the name functions a lot more than even my birth name. So, you can call me danhausawa or DH for those who can pronounce the name. Where I'm from, actually I was born in Kaduna. My dad is from Benue State, north central Nigeria, and my mom is from HAUAWA State. Well, like I said, I'm born in Kaduna, I grew up in Kaduna, and I live here in Kaduna. So Kaduna is actually in the north central part of Nigeria. And Nigeria is in West Africa in Africa. So in case you're watching this show from Peru,
Yeah, definitely.
so that you will not para, you get now.
Yeah, definitely. Just I would like to maybe you should throw more light on. I said, okay, you've said something about your family. I would like to know maybe your educational background.
Okay. Yeah, of course. Well, in Nigeria, you must attend the primary school. So of course, for you to do anything, you must attend the primary school. So yeah, I attended the primary school. Of course, in Kaduna, you know now. And of course, secondary school. I think I did about 3 secondary schools. Magjo Grammar School in Afuta in Ogun State. The place is called, the area is called Onikolobu, I can remember. So I did Magjo, I think that's why I even started. I did Magjo Grammar School in Abeokuta. Then my mom lived in Abeokuta. She worked with Central Bank then, so I was staying with her. And then in Kaduna, I think I did SMC, Southern Memorial College. I also did, okay, I finished from Onkobado. were the first set in Onkubado. Yeah, so, and of course I did Benue State Polytechnic. I also attended Victory Bible School, Cincinnati, Ohio. Yeah, and I did a lot of schooling online as well. So, yeah, and basically that's it.
Okay. Yes, I would like to know, since, okay, your birth name has nothing to do with the nickname danhausawa, so I would like to know, how did you come about that name? Like, because I can see that most of your brand, what you do, everywhere you go, it's danhausawa, they know you with. Like, what gave you that instinct to stick to that name, danhausawa?
Okay, so what I didn't mention while I was introducing myself earlier is that I'm actually a musician.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, in school I read law. That's what I read in school. But what I did in my life, as a career, I was a journalist. I was an OAP, on-air personality, and also now I'm into TV and radio production and content branding and all that. But I started off as a musician. I was a gospel musician for a while, and then I went into secular music. And of course, my name, like I told you earlier at the start of the show, I told you how I got the name. It was a pet name, and sometimes it was even used to, to poke fun at me and that kind of thing. So the name stuck, the danhausawa stuck. So when I started music, I adopted the name as my music name, danhausawa. And for those who, when I started working in radio, back here in Kaduna, back then they don't used to play our music anywhere. So I decided I wanted to work in the radio station because of an incident that happened with one of the popular radio presenters then in Kaduna, and I said, okay, I was going to join radio so that I can play our music, So when I joined radio, I needed something funky, instead of saying danhausawa, because I'm danhausawa the musician. Yeah. So when I joined radio, I wanted something that is a bit funky, and so that I don't want people to see me like that Hausa guy, that one, because everything is Hausa around me. So, and now I'm working in a radio station. At the time, it was even the #1 radio station, KSMC, KSMC 90 points, so, and beautiful station, of course, and I decided to shorten the name from danhausawa to DH, so because, and then most of the shows I present them were really hip-hop, so my music is not hip-hop, my music is actually funk. I do a lot of funk, R&B, reggae, and of course, and my funk music is mostly a little bit of soul, Afrobeat, soul in it, and Afrobeat, and it's in Hausa. You understand? So, but when I got on radio, most of the programs that they assigned to me were more of hip-hop, and I'm a fan of hip-hop, you understand? I'm not a rapper, but of course I can flow, but my programs were mostly hip-hop, R&B programs. So I was different on radio, you get. So I can come on radio and say, hey, it's your boy DH, hey, the new hard call like 24 karat shining in your face, And then when I leave radio and I go on stage, say, hey, orange, don't let you to the camera. You understand? So I'm two-faced, kind of say, But yeah, we're not planting anything, so we're not plantation boys.
Actually, so while you were at the radio station, were you able to play those musics you said?
Absolutely, yes. Played a lot of our songs. In fact, I joined a record label called Extra Large, and sometimes we cook from the studio, right from the studio. As we are cooking it, we are taking it straight to radio station. You understand? So, and the radio did a lot, helped because there was no money in music, so I used the radio, and they were not paying, us. So we use radio to expose ourselves so we can get jobs like MC. So, you get jobs, get MC. Then you also get free pass on certain things. People know you. So when they say, that's DH, that radio guy, so you get even CD houses give you CDs to play on air and stuff. So you enjoy those, little things because of maybe a little fame around. And then you also use those opportunities to build the music career. So that was what I did with it, you understand? So it was more like I was working, trying to earn my keep, and at the same time using that resources to also fund my music, which eventually paid off.
Okay, So, sir, after we went for a little tour around the place, and I can say we're really impressed with what we've seen so far. So, we want to know, what does your brand do? Aside from you being the musician, what does your brand do?
Yeah, actually, like I did music for over a decade, and um, after a long time in music, I decided to venture into other things, and still in the entertainment and media space, you know, because that's my constituency. Like I said, I used to be, I worked in, I worked on Abuja Newsweek many years ago. I was also a reporter on Spectrum Weekly. You know, I was writing entertainment news and stuff, you know. So I did a little bit of journalism, you know, and radio. So I have a background of media, you know. So using that background, it was easy as a musician that I was, or that I am, and having a media background, it was easy to transit from all of those two and come into finding myself as an artist, you understand? So I eventually found myself after so many years, you know, dabbling into so many things. I had a lot of pies on the table. So I decided, okay, which one am I going with? And eventually found out that I could actually be a creator, because I am a creator. I create a lot of things, you know, contents especially. You know, I also know how to brand. I kind of like, I'm a good critic, because first off, I like to critique myself a lot. So, and I always want to raise the bar. And when you have that type of talent, you know, that type of personality, it's easy for you to also critique something and say, okay, this, I think this will go this way if it is done like this, you know, and all of that. And knowing that so much that I understand the North, because I'm from here and I grew up here, I was born here. It's also easy for me to help, you know, clients and you know, suppliers navigate around northern Nigeria, you know, because it's very peculiar. It's different from the rest of Nigeria, you know. There's a lot of peculiarities here. So sometimes they need someone who understands those nuances around, whether it's the pop culture, whether it's a tradition, and all of those things. So yeah, so we're into media now. It's still called danhausawa, like I said, you know. Danhausawa is all over the place. So the company is called danhausawa Media Nigeria Limited, and what we do is we produce content, we create them from the start and produce them, and partner with brands, you know, who want to leverage on our platform, you know, to also expose their products to the millions of northern Nigerians and all of that. So that's what we do here, and we also do have a studio here as well for the music. You know, of course, music is in the blood, so we're always carrying it, you know, and all of that. So that's basically what we do here. And we have another branch of ours that deals with modeling and beauty pageantry. It's called Saronia, you know. Yeah, so Sonada is an affiliate of what we do here. So we also have events aside from TV and radio programs and all of that. We also have events that we do annually. We have the Saronia Beauty Pageant, the Saronia Carnival, which we have now changed to Gargaja Carnival. And of course, we still have the Chasu talent hunt. So these are some of the things that are in our package.
Okay. Just considering these your packages, because I know while going around, I saw pictures of the Saronias, the Duchesses, and then the Kimbia. So how do you award this position, these crowns to these ladies?
So it happens once a year. It's an offshoot of what we do here. In fact, we have a TV show that runs, you know, every year called Greek in Saronia, and we are actually on the set of Greek in Saronia right now. So, but this is a story for another day. But so, what we do is that we advertise, and young women from across the country, you know, enter, you know, for the competition, and then for about a month, we take them, you know, online, you know, different topics, skills, and, you know, tests and so and all of that. And then in December, we have another 10 days of camping, physical camping. We bring them to camp. We do some type of audition, you know, to cut down the numbers, and then we bring them to the camp. And in camp, they are tested and trained and all of that. And we have a grand finale where the queen is selected. So there's a process to selecting the queen, and the judges are there, and the the right person is eventually chosen. We're still a work in progress. We're still learning the curves, you know. We make a lot of mistakes and miscalculations and all of that sometimes, but, and of course, it's so sponsored for now, but we're hoping that we want to change that, you know, because it's been like a passion of mine for a minute. But now I want to bring in, you know, partners, you know, to come and support. With that, we can make it even bigger and you know, enlarge it more and have more people on board and probably even give bigger prizes, you know. Yeah.
So we'd like to know, I know you getting up to this stage, I know it hasn't really been an easy work for you. So we'd like to know some of these challenges you faced while getting to this position. I know even though it's not the position you want to remain, you still want to go higher. So those challenges you faced so far.
Before, when they asked me this type of question, I used to say money, you know. But I also, I think from experience, I also just realized that money is is not actually the challenge. Sometimes it's just knowing what to do, knowledge. So I think, yeah, they'll say you want to start a company, you need financial capital. I agree, it's fine, it's a traditional thing. But I think you need intellectual capital even more, you know. So it's good to, because there are people who probably even get the money and they're not able to even use the money, you know, turn it over and all of that. So after years of going through life and understanding it, you know, I finally realized that it's actually what you know. You understand? What you know, and of course, that involves who you know too. You get? And basically, that's just it. So challenges here, as a musician, there are no record labels to sign you. So I was virtually a solo artist and all of that. I partner with people in studios and all of that, but there was no proper sign. I've never been signed officially before. So investors are not readily available for music, you know. And as a radio presenter as well, you hardly can be able to create a celebrity status for yourself, and the radio stations don't even have money, so they don't even pay. I think the new ones that are coming up now are trying a bit, but then, you know, what's the difference? You know, then I used to collect, I think my salary then was 400 naira. You know, 400 naira, I took home 400 naira per month for 8 years. You know, I left radio in 2009 or so. For 8 years, I was being paid 400 naira, and sometimes they owe us 3 months, 4 months. Do you understand? So it was nothing. So I can tell you that the being an on-air personality wasn't also, you know, but again, it also opened a little more doors. You know, like I said, you use it to create like a celebrity, or sometimes even a false celebrity status. You understand? You're not like a real celebrity, but you just create that persona around it, you know, and then some people just fall in line with it, you know, and all of that. So you're on a bike or in a public transport, but you're feeling like a celebrity. So you enter the bus and you're like, everybody recognizing you inside bus, and you're still feeling yourself. You understand? So, yeah. Then, of course, as a businessman now that I am and into business, challenges still remain. Of course, you still put the finance in there, but I still think it's what you know. How can you provide solutions to, you know, to problems that clients are facing? Because the businesses are there, the clients are there. They are looking for people who can help them win even more. You understand? So you need to continue to invest in yourself on how to improve and increase your knowledge and provide solutions. So because the moment you can provide solutions, that's the people gravitate towards you. You understand? So that also raises the fact that it is all about money. Because if I give you capital now, or so you give you 10 million now, and you don't even know what to do with the 10 million. There are people who have money but don't even know what to do with the money. They are even looking for where to put the money. You understand? So they're looking for people who can tell them, okay, bring this your 10 naira. I want to use it here, and this your 10 naira will give you 13 naira. You see, it rings a bell. You say, oh, that's it. You know. So I think what we need to invest in ourselves is mostly intellect. You know, knowing more, investing in reading, studying. You know, trying to find out the new inventions, innovations, and all of that. and make sure that you walk with the time, run with the time, because times are changing. As it changes, you change along with it. Yeah.
What do you have to tell those young people, young upcoming, they are coming through the way now you followed the whole creativity stuff, how they can grow up to, even if it's just this your position, how can they achieve that?
Well, I'm still growing personally as a human being. I'm still growing, and as an organization, we are also still growing. We're still learning. We could be better off than now, but then again, we're also still grateful for where we are. But we're still growing. For those who are coming up or starting up, like I say again, it's what you know. So that's my advice. Make sure you know a lot. You know, try to make sure you know a lot. Create solutions. Brands, companies, they are all out there looking for solutions. Even on seasoning brands, if you're looking to, people want something else that will make them, you know, make the soup sweeter. Know that the soup is not always sweet. So the seasoning brands are always looking for something to add and say, this one has extra chicken. This one even has crayfish. This one has this one. You understand? Because they're creating new things. So you have to be ready to create, you know, and provide solutions to the myriads of problems that are all over the place, you know, and waiting, you know, for solutions, you know. And now it's even easy because of the way the world is now global. You can be in Nigeria here and work abroad, be working abroad, even get a job abroad, you understand? So you can be solving things, you know, for people, for clients all over the world, you know, just by, you know, understanding that intellectual capital is the capital you need to succeed in this world that we live in. That's my belief. I don't know. I'm not in business school, or I'm not a marketer, but I can tell you that it is what you know, and then follow up by who you know. You know. So, like I tell friends, build bridges. Don't break bridges. Always build bridges. You know. Don't make enemies. You know. Don't make foes at all of anyone. Try to keep, you know, be at peace with almost everybody, because you never can tell. The person who is the receptionist today in this company, probably come back in 6 months or 1 year, the person is probably your buyer. Is the person that is going to be the person that is probably pricing you. You don't even know. So people grow, people increase, the dynamics change, you know, every now and then. So you can't really tell, you know, how and, you know, where it's going. So as much as you can, just make sure that you don't burn bridges. You know, it's easy to break, to destroy, but it's hard to build. You know, what will take you, say, a house may take you 4 months to erect, and probably it took you 10 years to save the money to build the house in 4 months. But you can bring down that house in 4 hours, or even less than 4 hours, depending on the tool you're using to bring it down. Do you understand? So it's easy to actually to destroy and all that, but it's hard to build. So when you build it, don't lose it. You know, especially, and also for clientele, some of the reasons why some people are stagnant is because young people, especially starters, you know, sometimes they just want this, you know, they want to make it, no. You understand? It doesn't work that way. Sometimes you need to, you know, let go of certain things, you know, have that culture of delayed gratification. You don't have to get it now. Sometimes just do it pro bono if you have to. Sometimes, you know, sometimes you do it as PR. Other times, just break even, a little profit here and there, and all of that. Just make sure that you keep the client coming back. Because that's, in essence, that's what I'm saying. And why you see some people always stagnant, they don't grow, is because they keep losing clients. When they may be so talented, but when they get the client, they lose that client because of character, attitude, you know, lack of professionalism, and all of that. So it's easy to destroy, but it's hard to build. So just make sure that you don't destroy whatever you've built. And you know, it's in our web. Yeah. You know, there was someone that gave me a quote. I don't know if it's true, but he says R. Kelly. I gave that quote, but I've never heard R. Kelly say it. But I went to school and Kelly, And I apologize if not Kelly that said it, because this is online. The internet never forgets. We want to talk, say, one guy say, we are talk this. So I think what he said is that it's about music. Then he said music is about knowing somebody that knows somebody that knows and knows somebody. You understand? That's how to succeed in music. Do you understand? So now, relating it to business and startups and all that, if you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, why do you want to break the bridge that from one somebody to the next somebody to the other somebody? If you break the bridges, you won't make it again now. You understand? So you always try to build bridges. You understand? Because in the end, na industry. You understand?
Like for people who want to connect with you, who want to get in touch with you, they want to hear your handles or something you have to say to them, so that they can talk to you maybe online, your YouTube page, your social media handle.
Okay, so for danhausawa Media, the media company where we are right now, we have a YouTube channel. You can search for it, danhausawa TV on YouTube. We also have a company Instagram, DMN_official. DMN_official. That's the Instagram handle. Then we have a variety of TV programs, radio programs that are online, that are scattered online. So when you go to our official Instagram page, DMN_official, you will see links to most of our TV shows. And some of it include Gilkin Saronia, like the studio we are right now, Fresh Sauti, Gorogoma, Zantawa, you know, and Antifati, and a whole lot more. So we have them on Facebook and Instagram. As for me personally, if you want to relate with me, my channels everywhere on internet. All the apps is DH_ADOYI. DH_ADOYI. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook. Okay, YouTube is still down, so I'm going to change it so that it will be DH_ADOYI everywhere. I don't have Rumble yet. I don't have Reddit. I don't have Truth Social yet. But anytime I have Truth Social, I'm going to be. So anywhere you search for me, just DH_ADOYI. That's who I is.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for having us. Like, it's really wonderful. Like, coming, I've never been to this place before. And coming, checking everywhere, like, I can see you've done a really good job. Like,
thank you.
Thank you for having us. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
So a shout out to Speed TV for our viewers who are watching us from home and from other places.
Okay, on behalf of my team here at DMN Hausa Media Nigeria Limited, and of course my humble self, I say stay tuned, subscribe to Speed TV channel, hit the notification bell, make sure that you like, comment, and share this page and this program. Actually, this episode is very beautiful. So, Speed TV, the best TV.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.